Hi everybody. Today I will talk about gesture response and spring animation and how to gesture your finger. And firstly, we create a new JavaScript file gesture component, and I import some of the library for this and open the real device. Here is my iPhone 6 and. We have a constructor, we have a component with mount, and here we have the state pan. Pan is a vector, and a vector has a x and y coordinator. Okay, so I will use this vector to control the position of the finger and the view, and the view depend on the finger. So in component with mount, we create a pan responder object, and this object will enable pan gesture, and this is the event on the property. This prop will be called when you start moving, enter your finger and moving. So here we will spring or zoom in the scale of the view, and to the value here, and with the friction. So after that, on respond mover, when you want to move this, or when you are moving, it will call to this prop. This prop will call the event of the animated, and we ignore or remove the raw event arguments, and then you can add a function or a props on pan responder release when you stop moving, or release your finger, or stop moving. Okay, and inside this function we call the spring. This spring animation will zoom in the view to the scale 1, and we also have to call the pan responder dot pan handle, and the pan handle is the function of the prop of pan responder, and the pan responder we have just set for some setting or option here. So what about the style? We have animated view, and we have a container. The animated view is a circle with the width and height, and the border radius is 100% of the width and height, so we have a circle. Yes, and inside the index.js we import the gesture component here. Yes, and we have the gesture component, so we can control your finger and press your finger here, drag and drop, but you cannot drag and drop. Why? Because we do not set the delta x and delta y, or the d's dy. So you have to set this d's and dy is the small transition when you press your finger and move a very little space. So it is called d's and dy. It is quite a small space, enough for you to distinguish it between each step to move. So here we have d's and dy, and after start moving we have to set the offset. The offset here is the value of x, y, property of the pan object, and after moving you set the offset of the pan to the value x and y is a vector value, and then we set the value for the x and y, or the vector coordinator of the pan. Yes, you set it to the 0, means that it is new to x of the the moving circle. After you start a new moving, it will set the value append to x and y 0 0, and the spring okay, but it cannot move because you have to set some of the value to here. So firstly you must merge the offset value into the base value and reset the offset to 0, and you code this by using the function flatten offset. Yes, and you can okay, we also have some of the transform property. This property prop must be mapped to the state. So the translated x is equal to the pan dot x, and the translated y mapped to the y, the y property of pan, and then we change it, translate x and translate y. We see the output here quite smooth. Okay, so it is quite smooth after you change this. And okay, it is the end of my lesson today about how to use a gesture responder to move a view, to drag and drop a view using the animation. And you can also here paste this scale, change this scale. After that, the scale can make before the translate x and y. So here it is quite smooth. Okay. Yes, you can move as you like, move up and move down, left and right, to see the result as the output for you to make the animation. Okay, this is the end of my lesson today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.